So, concrete mixers, are they worth it? Let's find out.
Oh, son of a nutcracker.
So, is buying one of these cement mixers worth it? Here in Canada, this cement mixer goes for $249. By the time it's taxes, it's around $280, $290. In the United States, at Harbor Freight, the same mixer goes for $209.99 US, plus whatever state or taxes you guys got going on down there. So is it worth it to buy one of these things? And that's what we'll take a look at right now. So first of all, our first thing is, well, what's the cost of getting it delivered? So here in Canada on the West Coast, I did a job a couple of months ago or so, and it was $370 Canadian for a yard of concrete, yard of concrete delivered, taxes included. So there you go, 370. And in US, it's obviously going to be cheaper because of the dollar, and also things are a little cheaper down there. But these ratios are about the same. So great, $370 for that. Keep that one in mind. And then mixing it yourself for a yard of concrete, $115 Canadian for a yard of Navijack delivered, taxes in. So in Canada, on the west coast of Canada, we call the gravel sand mix Navijack. That's ready for concrete. We call it Navijack. Anyways, it's a pre-mixed gravel sand mixture all ready for making concrete patios and stuff. And 5 bags of Portland cement was $75, enough for a yard. And so the total was $190 Canadian. The drawback is you will need a mixer, and you're limited to about a yard a day. I bet you if two guys were efficient, they'd be able to get in 2 yards a day, but probably about a yard a day kind of thing, mixing it yourself. Okay, what about using ready mix bags? Well, for a job that takes a yard of cement, 54 bags of 30 kilogram ready mix. In imperial units, that's 60 bags of 60-pound ready mix. Here in Canada, $6 a bag plus taxes, $375. So a lot more expensive than the other. This is the same cost as getting it delivered. And you'll need a mixer, and you're limited to about a yard, and you have to make several trips to pick up the bags because 54 bags at 30 kilograms, that's a lot of weight. However, you might get a discount on volume of bags, maybe over 25, you get them cheaper or something like that. Obviously down in the States it's much cheaper, but again, it's the ratios we compare about, are concerned with. Alrighty, so there we have our 3 options. Get it delivered, mix it ourselves with, sand, gravel, and cement, or using ready-mix bags. Now let's look at the cost of that mixer. I pointed out here earlier, this is the one that I ended up buying, that little guy for $250, and then there was some taxes, so that ended up costing me about $290. The bad thing about it is you gotta store it. To me, that's the problem, right? I don't have a very big lot. I don't have much of a backyard that I can hide things in. Gotta store it. That's one thing that's kind of annoying, and it's another piece of equipment you just gotta maintain. And on the West Coast, everything rusts and all that, so that's kind of a problem. So what about renting a mixer? Well, up here at the Home Depot, $47 Canadian. It's actually not a day. That's the 4-hour rate. I think the day rate is about $65 Canadian. And you got to go pick it up and drop it off. Okay, fair enough. Sometimes that's better than storing. Okay, so here's the conclusion. Definitely it's cheaper to mix your own, even if renting a mixer. So if you're trying to keep costs down, just mix your own. It's pretty easy to do. It's not a big deal. And if you're doing it under a yard, no big deal. Get a buddy to help you out, or maybe make it a bonding experience with your wife, whatever. Or maybe make it a bonding experience with your husband. Now, if you're going to mix more than 5 to 6 yards in your lifetime, buy a mixer. I ended up buying a mixer because I've told myself I'm sick and tired of mixing those ready mixes, and the next time I do it, I'm actually going to get a mixer. I'm just tired of doing it in the wheelbarrow. It's driving me nuts. And I plan on pouring a driveway, and also plan on pouring some steps. So I expect in the next 2 years I'm going to be over 5 or 6 yards. And then finally, forget ready mix. So there you go. In certain cases, it's better to own your own mixer.
Don't forget to subscribe. Right up there. Just click that little button.